This is the introductory video to Philosophy 123, Introduction to Western Philosophy at Saginaw Valley State University. I'm Peter Barry. I will be the professor for this course. A little bit about me. I am an associate professor here at SVSU and current chair of the philosophy department. I've just finished my 9th year, going into my 10th year at SVSU, and this is a really exciting place to be and to teach. My primary interests in philosophy are in ethics and legal philosophy. I also teach classes in logic on a fairly regular basis. But I really enjoy teaching the Intro to Western Philosophy course, partly because it gives me a chance to revisit some old problems in metaphysics and epistemology, some basic areas of philosophy which we'll talk about in the first module of the course, but also because I enjoy working with students who haven't taken a philosophy course before. It's neat to get people interested in the material and to talk about some of these problems for the first time. What I want to do in this introductory video is spell out some of my expectations, what I'll be expecting of you, but also what you should expect of me, and talk a little bit about some resources that are available. Now, if you're watching this video, then I expect that you're signed up for Phil 123 during this summer session. The first thing that you should do is explore the course vSpace site, and if you're registered for the class, you should have access. In fact, if you're watching this video right now, it's probably because you have already accessed the course vSpace site. You'll in particular want to take a look at the course syllabus and also look at the various modules. There are 10 of them for this course. A module is simply a chunk of material. I have the course designed to be in 10 different modules or 10 different sections of related material, which we'll be moving through in a particular order. Now, each module includes several things. It will include some lecture notes, some handouts that I've created. It will include some YouTube videos. I've created some very short, usually around 10-minute videos that include me talking about some particular argument or some particular concept, some particular problem related to that module. Usually if it's something that I think that's particularly tricky that students could use a little bit of assistance with. So this will not be the first and only time that you see me, although interaction, well, we'll have to talk about that. Now, the modules will also include some online material that is there to assist you with the readings, which I expect that you'll be doing as well. There are going to be various assignments for each module, and do notice that the assignments are different from module to module. So let's talk about those. Your grade on this course comes from a few different places. First of all, you'll have 2 different exams, a midterm and a final exam. You will also take a series of quizzes. Each module has its own quiz. Excuse me. You will write a series of short papers, 5 of them. These short papers are called squibs. All I mean by squib is a short paper, about 2 pages, maybe a little less than that, maybe a little bit longer than that. You will also answer a series of discussion board questions on the course vSpace site. Now we'll talk about each one of those individually, but the other thing that is going to be really important for you to do and make sure that you've done after you've watched this video is get your hands on the course textbook. We're going to be using it right away. Your first assignment will be due on the first Thursday of exam week. That's July 3rd. That's coming quickly, and you'll need the course book to be able to get through it. I've ordered only one textbook for the course. It's by the Feinberg-Schaeffer Reason and Responsibility Collected Readings Collection. It's now in its 15th edition. Make sure you have the right edition. I have had the bookstore order several copies. Those copies include any number of online resources. It gets you access to an online database, and it's really great. It will include summaries of all the readings, reading questions, self-testing mechanisms, online resources of all kinds that will help you understand the material and prepare for the assignments. I will say, the package that the bookstore has ordered is reasonably expensive. It's about $160 US. That's not cheap. You have to decide for yourself whether it's worth that money or whether you would like to get the book cheaper from a different vendor. The trick is, the only way to get the online resources is to order or buy the book through the SVSU bookstore. Decide for yourself. If you're not going to buy the book through the SVSU bookstore, make sure you're getting the 15th edition. And again, make sure you get it quickly because we're going to start using it during the first week of classes. Okay, let's talk about individual assignments. The exams. Because this is an online course, we will neither be meeting for lecture nor for exams. Your exams will be administered and taken online. All this is going to be found in the Test Center, under the Test Center button on the left of the course vSpace page. I will have the exams open well in advance, so you have but do realize the exam is going to be timed. So once you start, you have exactly an hour to complete the exam. Once you hit the start button, the clock is running. Whether you log off of vSpace, whether you go to another web page, the clock is running. So make sure that you have time to complete the assignments before you begin. The exams will be part multiple choice question, 25 multiple choice questions, and part short answer essay questions. I will provide the essay questions in advance. Usually I'll give you 3, 4, 5 different questions. I'll pick 2 of them, and then you give me your answer. This should greatly help students who are taking exams online because you have time to think about and prepare your answer in advance. The quizzes will also be taken online and will also be available in the Test Center area of vSpace. There will be 1 quiz per module. Okay, so 10 quizzes all told because there's 10 modules. These quizzes will simply be 5 multiple choice questions. Okay. Different students will see different questions, but everybody will be responsible for taking a quiz. The quizzes, like the tests, are timed. You'll have 8 minutes to answer the 5 questions. And again, once you hit start, the clock is running. Make sure that these are done on time. Make sure that you complete them in their entirety. The squibs, the short papers that you will write for me, you will write 5 during the semester, due at different points over the summer. I will give you a writing prompt, and I will expect a paper to be written and emailed to me by the particular due date. I will write up some comments, and I will email those back, and that'll be how we dialogue about those papers. Now, the final thing that's going to be part of your grade is the discussion board questions. These are also available in the Resources tab, along with some things like lecture handouts and a few other things that you'll find useful for the course. In these discussion board questions, I will ask questions about the reading, and I expect you to post your answers on the discussion board. From time to time, I will ask you to comment on other people's answers. In fact, that's occasionally the assigned question, to respond to what someone else says. These discussion board questions will be graded based on the originality, accuracy, cogency of your response. The more interesting, the more accurate things you have to say that advance the discussion forward, the better. If your answers are very simplistic, or you're simply quoting from the book, or you're simply regurgitating what someone else has already said on the discussion board, or if you're simply noting that you agree or disagree with somebody else, you're going to get fewer points. All points will be earned if your answers are, again, correct, original, and there's good interaction between you and your classmates. Now, because this is an online course, we will not be meeting regularly as a class. We won't be meeting at all. What about lectures? Well, one way of teaching online courses is for me to consistently sit here, or to be tape recorded in front of a podium, and so instead of watching me in the physical classroom, you watch me online. This turns out not to be a very effective way of teaching online. But that's not to say this will be the first and only time that you see me talking. Each lecture will have several, usually 2 or 3, YouTube videos associated with it, in addition to the other online content. Make sure you watch these. I hope they're going to be helpful. And again, you'll see me a couple more times before the course is done. Now, if you have any questions or concerns, you have 3 ways of getting a hold of me. The best way is simply by email. I'm pretty good about checking my email, especially over the summer, if I know that students are going to be emailing me. The other thing you can do is message me on vSpace, but I don't check vSpace as often as I check my email. The other thing that you can do is access me during my online office hours. You can look on the course syllabus to find out when my office hours are. I will be holding physical office hours on the SVSU campus in my office in Brown Hall 316 during that particular time period, I believe 12:30 to 1:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I will also be available in real time online to answer any of your questions. If you're having trouble with your technology, if your computer's not working, if vSpace is being buggy, don't message me. I'm a philosophy professor and not a computer diagnostician. You should get a hold of ITS on campus. They're the guys who handle technology and will be able to answer your questions and resolve them. One last word. Because this is an online course, it is crucial that students work at their own pace. But all assignments are due when they are due. You are responsible for having the technology available throughout the summer to complete those assignments, so make sure you get them done on time. Late assignments will not be accepted. I look forward to working with all of you.